Hi. Hello. Good time zone. And what is up, gamers? Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Oh, little boy. So, how about that weather we've been having, eh? Excuse me. At the very least, if you're in the United Kingdom, you may know of whence I speak. It's warm here. It's so stinking warm. Oh my goodness. Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, let's see. Who's in the chat? Turnip's here. Hello, Turnip. Welcome on in. How are you doing? It's lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a great Monday. Indigo as well. Welcome in. Hello, hello. And Archie, hi. How you doing? Lovely to see you. Welcome on in. Samantha says it should be illegal for it to be this warm. I wholeheartedly agree. Having walked into the studio and feeling the temperature that it is in here, oh man, I am sweaty. This is too warm and I don't like it. And I think the worst is that apart from like this enclave of the internet that I seem to have found myself in where people have similar opinions to me by and large when it comes to the acceptability of like weathers and temperatures as they exist on this landmass at the very least. When I go out into the world, last week I was having like, yes, the temperature is fine, the humidity was too high. But I was very happy with the temperature when I was out and about, and I happened to have a meeting with some people, and one of them was like, oh, it's a rubbish day, isn't it? It's too cold. And I'm like, are you kidding? I'm so sweaty. It's too hot. And she's like, no, it's too cold. And I'm like, what? Okay, sorry, did you want me to die of heat exhaustion? Sure, it's too cold. Thanks. And you're like, we literally had a back and forth. Just ping-ponging back and forth of like, no, it's too warm and humid, actually. No, it's too cold. It's like, what do you want? What can you possibly want? I don't understand. Anyways, hi, Foxman, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome on in. Hello, hello, hello. Lovely to see you. Hope you're having a lovely Monday as well. Voxel, hello, how are you doing? Voxel says, UK weather bad. Am I right, fellas? It's true. There are a few very beautiful days, and then a lot of it is just rubbish. My moderator / spouse has just come in, so I'm going to go say hello. Also, Turnip, thank you very much for the lurk. I hope you have a lovely lurk. Darlin! Hi, sweetie. Welcome home. How you doing? You okay? Good. Thank you! My favorite! My favorite! Thank you! Wow, your favorite! Awesome. Can I give you a kissy? Mwah! Also, I need to grab a milk pill. I have just realized. So if I may. Don't think I've had enough fluids yet today. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. I love you, sweetie. Hi, everybody. I realized one of my beverages has milk in it, and I need to take a pill for that, so... Hello. Anyway, sorry to jump right in with my spicy opinions. I'll try and dial it back for the remainder of stream. Anywho. Casa, hello, welcome, and it's lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Where did the... Okay, I put that pill there, and now it's gone. It seems to have pinged off someplace, and I'm not sure which way it went. Oh, it's on the floor. Okay, fabulous. It's on the floor. I got it. I got it. Oh, unbelievable. Things are going great so far today. I'm so sorry. Ugh. Blah. Anyways, was I saying Sammy has opinions? Dang, says Neo. Yeah. Sorry about that. Sometimes I try not to, but sometimes I do. Cassia says, I'm currently in an air-conditioned office, not looking forward to being outside. Oh boy, I hope it has settled down a little bit by the time you have to be out in it, because, ugh. Just, ugh. Voxel's the same. I like to go at least somewhere during the day, but today I'm locked in my apartment. Aw, jeez. Aw, jeez. I hope at least everyone has plenty of fluids. Whew, because, damn. London / the tube was so sticky last week, says Casa. Oh, I believe it. It gets so nasty down there in the tube when it's, like, hot out. I mean, also in general, I've just pulled the curtain across so I'm not getting so much sun, because the sun comes in on this side, into the studio, at stream time, and it's a little bit sweaty right now. And I'd like to minimize that as much as I can, so if I'm sitting in the dark with my overhead light on so that I can see what I'm doing on stream, so be it. Let's set out our paints for today. Whilst I ask, how is everyone doing? Welcome, welcome. But yes, I am having fight. Today it is chocolate fight milk. Other brands are available. This is the one that was available on the supermarket delivery service, and I just thought, you know what, milk is very refreshing beverage. And I don't have chocolate milk very often because I'm lactose intolerant, but sometimes I can take a little pill, and it helps me not have a tummy ache. So hopefully it will work. Fingers crossed. I also have a big cup of iced tea here, and I will probably be replenishing with another source of fluid during the halfway point break in stream. Wherein I usually run a minute of ads, but also it's on BRB screen, so you're not missing anything, and I hope nobody minds. It just means that people don't get pre-rolls for a little bit. I don't do the full 3-minute ad run per hour that they recommend, because I trialed it for 2 weeks and found that people hated it and just left, and that doesn't seem fun, so I figured I would not do that for now. We might revisit it at some point if if people are really annoyed by getting pre-rolls if they're not subbed, because I cannot stop ads from happening on stream, unfortunately, because it's just a part of the platform. But if I can minimize the annoyance of them for people as much as possible, I would love to do that, because you're lovely people, and I want you to not have a terrible time on stream. Ugh. Anyways, Samantha says, with weather like this, it is impossible to give any take other than a hot one. This is true. It is very much a hot take today because it is a hot day. Ugh, it's so gross. So gross. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I know there are people. I'm given to understand that there are people who.
Attention.
Twitch user Sammy
Never mind.
Hi. Hello, Gracie. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in, everybody. Hello. How are you doing? Gracie, how was the rest of your stream? Somebody was painting a delicious strawberry, and it looked so good. It looked so incredibly Moorish. I bet it was the most flavorsome strawberry ever to exist. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, there's several people to say. Ask Me Dog, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in. Thank you. And hello also to Demi Delicious, Ask Me Dog, of course, and Gracie, of course, and Pixie's here, and Eva, hello. And puppies and dogs, hi, how are you doing? And Piano Badger, lovely to see y'all. Welcome on in. Let me get a shout out for Gracie in the chat. If you're not familiar with Gracie Ghosty, I wholeheartedly recommend that you familiarize yourself with Gracie and their wonderful work. Gracie is a real sweetheart and a lovely human being, and also does some of the most gorgeous paintings. If you like lovely creatures and beautiful scenes and watercolors and gouache and similar stuff and a little ghost named Bob, then you should go give Gracie a follow. I see my moderator / spouse is having a snack. I don't know what it is, but it looks delicious. Anyways, stream was good. Got the painting finished. Oh, congratulations. Good job. Hell yeah. Love that for you. How am I doing? I am really shocked to know I am sweaty. We've been talking about the weather, as you do. And I'm looking forward to hopefully finishing this piece today, which I custom mixed this set of watercolors myself. And I'm giving them their first test run. I think what I do with this palette, I think, is going to need a little bit of tweaking and thought, but so far I'm happy with it. Anyways, Aspie Dog says, alright, sadly I gotta go and get some food. It'd be lunchtime, but I will lurk. Thank you so much for the lurk, Aspie Dog. I hope you have a lovely meal. I suppose I should introduce myself as well, to anyone who's come in on Gracie's lovely raid. Hi friends, my name is Twitch user Sammy Kelch. I'm a variety streamer. I do cozy art streams on Mondays and Thursdays. I do cozy game streams on Friday mornings and every once in a while on a Sunday as well. We are working on a some very granulating watercolors indeed. Grace did lots of granulation. Pretty, thank you. The key is this pigment right here, which is Potter's Pink, which is a very granulating pigment. It's a very cool pigment. It's a very pretty color, and I have taken a set amount of Potter's Pink and added it to each of the other colors in this set to kind of try and make the color range a little bit harmonious. Has it worked? I honestly don't know, but it was Baby's first experiment with doing this kind of thing in the most scientific way that I could. So, we shall see. So, yeah. We shall see. Oh, no, getting an echo. Sorry about that. Anyways, but yeah, that's the kind of silly shenanigans that we get up to here. And we have fun. At least I think we have fun. Do we have fun? Please tell me we have fun. Anyways, if you want to see what my work looks like when it's done, here's a, I suppose, semi-representative piece that I finished recently and posted to the Instagram if I can get it to load. There it is. This is Julia, who is one of my moderator/spouse's villagers on his Animal Crossing island. Her name is Julia, and she is a lovely burb friend. As you can see, she is a peahen, and she's also a trans icon, so we love her for that as well. That's the kind of silly shenanigans that we do. Also, here's a little landscape of, this is some Scottish Islands landscape cottage time, and a couple of little guys. I don't know, I like painting little guys. I just think they're neat. There we go. I just think they're neat. And if you're not familiar with Gracie's art looks like this, and it's super, super pretty. Get a load of this. Okay, I adore this so much. Kingfishers are one of my favorite birds, and the colors here are so perfect and so vibrant, and their plumage is so lovely. Look at the detail in that plumage. Gracie is so good at getting, like, details and textures and personality out of animal portraits so nicely, and is really wonderful to see. And I love the way that this piece turned out. But, yeah, so if you're not familiar with Gracie's work, let me get another shout out for you in the chat. Please go do! There you go, there's a shout out in the chat. If you're not following Gracie, you could go do that, and thank you once again for the raid, I really appreciate it, Gracie. Who says, Potter's Pink is lovely, I need to use it more. I love this color so much. I want to find so many different uses for this color, because it's so pretty. It's a very old pigment. I don't remember the exact history of Potter's Pink if it is known, but it is a lovely color, and it adds a lot of texture to anything you use it with. So that's that, and thank you again, Gracie. Samantha says we have all of the fun. We do. We try our best. We have at least some modicum of fun is to be had here, I think. I'm trying to decide what brush I want to start with, and I guess it depends on what details I want to kind of tease out first. If I want to do some of this landscapey stuff, because this hill is looking pretty blank, a bit barren, a bit like it's a little bit too freshly mown, I suppose. So I might try and do something with that. But, yeah, how's everyone's Mondays going? Obvious question, how
Attention.
are you feeling
Twitch
about the
user
weather?
Sammy Kelsch.
Choppers.
Sammy Ann, hello! Welcome on in! Thank you so much! Thank you so much for the raid! Thank you! Welcome on in, raiders! Hello, everybody! How was your stream, Sammy Ann? It's lovely to see you. Welcome. Hello. How was your stream? What'd you get up to today? What were you working on? I would love to hear all about it. And as always, if you want to pay the art tax, we would love to take a look at your work as well. Let me get a shout out for you in the chat, Sammy Ann. If you're not familiar with Sammy Ann's work, if you like whimsy, go give a follow, because Sammy Ann does some really, really lovely whimsical works. And I absolutely adore them. Sammy Ann has painted with tea. It's very cool. She's done some Pokemon stuff, some Sailor Moon stuff, which absolutely just hits me right in the, like, 90s child feels, as well as some beautiful, like, original works. But what were you up to today? It's so good to see you. Welcome on in. Samantha says, you can have all of the fun some of the time, or you can have some of the fun all of the time, but you can't have all of the fun all of the time. I feel like if it was all of the fun all of the time, I would eventually get kind of tired. But some of the time has to be naps. And I mean, naps can be fun too. So, I don't know. I feel like life probably needs minor annoyances to give you something to compare the fun against. Otherwise, fun gets bored. But if we could have less of like the, sort of world news style atrocities forever, if those could just stop permanently and we just never have anything that counts as history in that way ever again, I would be super cool with that. Anyways. Ooh, we were designing next month's Patreon parade. A phoenix. Oh, sweet. Oh, that's gonna be amazing. Oh geez, Cassa's gotta go get a bus. Happy bus ride, Cassa. Have a lovely BRB. I hope your journey is pleasant. Samantha says, minor annoyances. Like when you hit a vein of the wrong type of ore. Oh no. Oh no, that's the worst. That's the worst. It's like, oh, get a load of this. It's iron ore. Oh, it's iron ore. Something else. Anyways. Sorry. Anywho. I'm going to take another sip of my tea. This is strawberry tea, by the way. Almost as juicy and delicious as Gracie's painted strawberry from earlier. But very, very... Oh, so refreshing. So this is iced tea because it's I know it's in a mug, but it is iced tea because it was very, very hot today. So I brewed it hot and then just threw like 4 ice cubes in it and put it in the fridge for an hour. Once it had cooled down to room temp. Oh, it's so good. Love some strawberry tea, says Gracie. Right? It's so good. It's so like just refreshing and cozy. Sammy says, I was drinking wild berry today, which included strawberry delish. Oh, wild berry sounds so good. That sounds lovely. Indigo says, when you're mining for coal, but all you find is diamonds. Ah, beans. That would be so incredibly disappointing, Indigo. Eva says, that water seemed in need of changing. See, I have a system. The paint water lives over here. The drinking water lives over here. So never the two shall be reversed or we'll have probably major stomach problems. Oh my goodness gracious. Wise, says Aoife. Yes, indeed. I should introduce myself again for anyone who came in on Sammy Ann's raid. Hi, my name is Twitch user Sammy Kelch. I'm a variety streamer. I do cozy game streams on Friday. I got that backwards for Monday stream. I do cozy art streams on Mondays and Thursdays, and I do cozy game streams on Fridays, and every once in a while on a Sunday, but it's rare. We are working on this watercolor today. We've been working on for the last couple of streams. Our color scheme is more or less this, but a little bit more Potter's Pinkish, which is our sort of anchor color in this palette. As you can see from the... If I can get this to zoom just a little bit and stay in focus, the granularity of this sky is ridiculous. And I'm honestly not sure whether or not I like it, but I think I'm going to like it more once the piece is done. And all of the textures are in place. Gracie's going for some food. Goodbye for now. Goodbye, Gracie, and thank you once again for the raid. I really appreciate it, and I hope your food is absolutely delicious, delightful, and delectable. And thank you again. Sammy doing Shakespeare with water pots at Scassa. Oh, goodness gracious. Do I remember any Shakespeare? I probably do and forgotten the fact that it's Shakespeare. I did an entire literature degree, and I didn't do a single Shakespeare in the course of it, because I was like, it's too cliche. And now I'm like, I probably could have done some interesting stuff. There's some gayness in there somewhere. It could have been fun. Never mind. But yeah, Voxel says, "Ooh, good news! I found some French fries." Oh, that sounds so good. That sounds so good. This sounds delicious. I'm not even hungry, but that sounds delicious. Ooh, Cassa says I bought bonfire toffee tea while in Oxford. Oh my god, I love that one. I've had that one. I got like a little sample baggie of it once, and it's really nice. It's got like a toffee appliness to it, and it's a little bit smoky, and it's very cozy and super nice. Voxel wants to know, is to be or not to be from Shakespeare? Yes, 'tis indeed. To be or not to be? That is the question. And that is why I am not a Shakespearean actor. Anywho. But yeah, I hope y'all are finding ways to, if it's warm where you are, I hope you're finding ways to keep cool and comfortable in this absolute just of a weather. I would love to share with you some artwork in progress from Sammy Ann. If I can get it to load, I shall. Oh, I have put the tab in the wrong window. Hold up. There's a whole coordination station happening here that I have to attempt to do. Oh no. Oh my god, I hope that muted in time. I had to sneeze. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, chat. I don't know if you heard me sneeze. I tried very hard to make sure that the mic was muted before I sneezed. Oh my goodness. Oh, am I having allergies because summertime? Because that's a real style cramper, if ever there was one, but never mind. Good catch on the sneeze, says Sammy Ann. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. But yes, indeed. Shaken, not stirred was also Shakespeare, says Indigo. Yeah, that makes sense. He's got shake right in the name, you know. Oh. Right, I think I've missed some chat, so let me catch up with chat, and then I will share Sammy Ann's beautiful, beautiful artwork. Yes, to be is from Hamlet. Thank you, Casa. Oh, Aoife says we've had a mini Breaking Bad case. Oh gosh. Here in Austria, they caught a priest cooking meth in the churchyard. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that is an eventful news day. Ugh. Why not just make soup? It's more delicious. Anyways. Sammy, it's just talking about creating a high for your devotion. That is wild. Oh my goodness. Samantha says, to be or not to be, those are your only options with our limited pencil stock. Ah, beans. I use a different hardness to that. We are almost finished with this pencil, but I was able to get a replacement, so we do have a backup pencil. I hope this is a Derwent graphic pencil made in England, so I'm very excited for that. One day I want to visit the Derwent Pencil Museum, which is in Derwent in, I believe, the Lake District. Sounds like fun to me. Anyways, ooh, Cassis says I bought my mom some sleepy tea. Oh, nice. That is so cozy. I think sleepy tea is just a good mom gift choice because I have purchased my mom like a variety box of sleepy time teas from there as a Christmas gift. Amazing. Oh, goodness. Aoife says, I'm thinking of rejoining the church if they really changed up the recipe for the communion. Oh no. Oh no. I honestly don't think, if you're not already inclined towards an interest in sort of the religious arts, I don't feel like sitting through an entire service is worth it just for the free snacks, but that's just my 2p. Anyways, not 2p. Anyways, Voxel says, usually when I'm with a friend group in voice chat, I do the exact opposite. Sneeze as loud as I can right into the mic. Oh no! Oh no! This pencil is dying, says Voxel. It's on life support. It is doing its very best. And I feel a real affinity for this pencil now because I too am a very short individual. Sammy Ann says, excellent. This one has served its time. Glad it has a backup. Yes, absolutely. Eva says that pencil had a life well lived. I love it. Cassis says in Stratford upon Avon, Shakespeare's birthplace, there was a cat cafe called Shakespeare. Oh my god, are you serious? That's adorable. It's so silly. To pee or not to pee, asks Indigo. No, it's okay. I went right before the stream. Sammy Ann says the first snack is free, if you know what I mean. Oh my god. Voxel says, damn, now I want to go to my local cat cafe. Hell yeah. That's so cute. I wish I wasn't allergic to catos, which I am, which is not very fun, because they are so sweet and I love them. But I was going to say a very long time ago, that for anyone who's come in on Sammy Ann's Raid and isn't familiar with what my work looks like when it's done, here's a painting I did. One of many where I just love painting many, many, many well-appointed bookshelves. It takes so long, but I find it weirdly fun. So this is a bookshelf situation that I painted. But Sammy Ann has also very kindly offered a whip to share with us. So here's some whippies. Oh, I love it already. It's so majestic. I can only imagine how vibrant and beautiful this is going to look when it is complete. But the plumage is beautiful and it's so stinking cute. And I love a good bourbon. This is a very, very good bourbon. I love it with my whole heart already. I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's done. And thank you so much for sharing this lovely burb, friend. Thank you, thank you. I'm going to shout out Sammy Ann again, because I think I can do a second shout out. Hopefully that works. Blurp. Samantha says, not sure what sort of bourbon is giving Phoenix vibes. It's giving Phoenix because it is a Phoenix indeed. Well spotted. Hell yeah. And it is very much giving off appropriately Phoenix vibes. I love to see it. Voxel says, you are allergic to the two best things in life, milk and cats. Yes. And mushrooms, weirdly. But I'm coping. Aoife says, I have two such stubs, one in my bag and one on my desk. And there's so many things I do with fountain pen nowadays, which I used to do with pencil, just because I don't want them to leave. Next to me is a drawer with like 10 of each pencil type, but those two are just my heart and soul. I used to have a pencil that, it was literally the same pencil I somehow managed to maintain for years. The barrel was painted gold. I have no idea what type of pencil it was, and because all the lettering had worn off, the pencil was probably about as old as I was. I found it in my parents' house and was like, this is the perfect drawing pencil weight for me. I don't know what you are, but you're perfect. And so it took a really long time finding an appropriate replacement. I tried various B's and H's and eventually settled upon this one, as my preference. But it took some time, and the embarrassing thing is that it's like literally like my preferred pencil boldness is basically right in the middle. Not too hard, not too bold. Like basic pencil. But I still want to get a basic pencil that's of reasonably good quality, because it really does make a difference. Anywho. Sammy says, someone has already nicknamed it Moltres. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that right. Which is not the case, but you know, I see why they'd think that. I have no idea. Goldilocks pencil, says Samantha. Yes, exactly. Mushroom, says Voxel. How does that even word? Do you mean work? I'm assuming you mean work. And the answer is, I don't know. All I know is that one time I had the leftovers of my mother's mushroom quesadilla for my lunch before going to the office job that I had at the time. And it was a tasty, yummy lunch, and I get to work, and I have a very obvious allergic reaction. And so from that point on, I have tried to avoid mushrooms and mushroom products in things, and have for the most part been okay. Apart from, I think, one time when something set off my allergic reaction, and we don't know what it was that had some kind of mushroom essence or something in it, because it was not obvious. Oh, I see. Moltres is the Firebird Pokemon, says Sammy Ann. Ah, that explains it. Again, this had been, if that had come up as a drawing request from me, I don't know what you would have gotten, but it probably wouldn't have been a phoenix-looking bird. That Anyways, yes, it is the Goldilocks pencils. Aoife says just smush two pencils together. That's exactly how it works. Yes, perfect. Samantha says, Sammy eat mushrooms. Sammy's body correctly identifies this as an attack. Yup. Ooh, Samantha says of that Pokemon, I believe in the Japanese version is literally just called Fire. I mean, you know, if it works, it works. A very perfectly descriptive name. Love it. Speaking of, I love seeing, with, like, Animal Crossing villagers, I love when their names are different in different regions. And I find it really weird and arbitrary what some of the changed names are. Like, for instance, my favorite villager, my best friend in Animal Crossing, is a pig named Lucy. And for reasons wholly unbeknownst to me, in a couple of other European languages, they changed her name to Aurelia. Riz Vicarian, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome in, Riz. Hope you're having a lovely, lovely Monday. And thank you for the follow. But yeah, one-up mushrooms are my favorite, says Aoife. Never found any of them yet, though. And I hit my head on every piece of brick wall I see. Just keep at it, and eventually one of them is going to yield that delicious, delicious one-up, I am sure. Voxel says, 99% of brick wall hitters quit before they hit it big. Sammy Ann says, okay, I'm going to go clean up and watch quietly as I eat and tidy. Have a lovely, lovely lurk, and thank you once again for the stream. I hope you have a nice decompression session. Samantha says the entire legendary trio just has the most basic names: Freezer, Thunder, Fire. It was Gen 1. They didn't need... Yeah, they did... There was not as much of an incentive for them to get as creative with names as they do later on, I'm sure, because it's just kind of like, they didn't know how many gens there were going to be of, of the Pokemon. I mean, goodness gracious. I think, what percentage of Pokemon do I actually remember the appearance and name of, I wonder? It's gotta be probably, like, maybe 20, but probably less. Oh, Riz says you're welcome. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I hope you're having a lovely Monday. I'm gonna... Oh, what bit do I want to paint in first? Do I paint in the fun part first, or do I paint in the bit that I'm kind of nervous about first? That is a question. I actually had a photo I was going to potentially use as a reference for this, but I don't think I have it saved to anything other than the device that I'm using to record the stream. Unless... Oh, saving myself here. I think I texted it to my mother because my mother likes to see the flowers that I encounter in my everyday life. Therefore, I texted her this photo that I took of some flowers I saw last week on a walk. So there we go. I just thought it would be nice to maybe have a little sort of like a little bit of sort of a flower garden happening sort of in the vicinity of our little house here. How will it work? I guess we'll find out. Anyways, Indigo says Kroger and Groundo are the best legendaries. See, I have no idea what those are. I thought Kroger was the name of a supermarket chain in the United States, if memory serves. I'm not sure what part of the United States, but I'm pretty sure it's the name of an American grocery store. I haven't been to very many American grocery stores because I've been to a very limited number of parts of America. I've been to Trader Joe's, and I've been to Wegmans, and I've been to Ralph's. Trying to think if I've been to a Safeway. I shouldn't have started on supermarkets because I have a bit of a special interest in supermarkets, which is real dorky, but you know, you can't choose your special interests and how cool they're gonna be. Sometimes you just get saddled with really stupid ones. But anyways. Okie dokie. Sammy Ann says, in English, they went hard with Spanish to indicate they were a set of 3. Oh, okay, I get it. Archic uno, zap dos, and mol tres. I get it. I know enough Spanish to know what that means. That is very cute. And now I know how to pronounce that name. Mol tres. Nice. Or something like. Sammy goes on to say, Poppy's okay actually lurking now. Have a wonderful lurk. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, unfortunately, now I'm thinking about supermarkets. Ooh, Voxel says, I'm going to start a big art project. Screw it. Yeah, screw it indeed. You should do that. I wholeheartedly encourage it, and I would love to see it when it's done. Indigo says, oh, I see, Kyogre. Oh, okay, and Groudon? Groudon? And then there's also Rayquaza, if you're one of those people. Okay, the thing I love the most about Rayquaza is that I swear I've never known anyone whose name is Rayquaza, but I'm sure I have known people in my life, like in my youth, who had... I'm sure I knew a guy who had a very similar name to Rayquaza. So when I hear Rayquaza, I don't think a legendary, cool-looking Pokemon guy. I just imagine a guy. Just like, I picture a dude who, like, I don't know, who's like, maybe he works at your local supermarket and his name is Rayquaza, and in the evenings he takes an evening class at my dad's martial arts school that he ran when I was a kid. Like, I realize this is not a real person's name, but does not, if you didn't know what Pokemon were and you were introduced to a man and the man said to you, "Hi, my name's Rayquaza," you would not question that. You would just be like, "Yeah, that sounds like a guy. That is a plausible man's name, right? Short for Raymond Quaza." Like, so whenever I hear that, I just picture a very average looking, just like, I don't know, probably 28-year-old man. He's very, in my mind, I think I associate, like, the name with, like, he's got a very friendly energy to him, Rayquaza. But he is very much just a guy. Don't give me that kind of laugh while I'm in the middle of taking a sip of my tea. Indigo says, John Pokemon. I mean, if I lived in a world where I didn't know that Pokemon was a thing that exists, if I saw that name, I probably wouldn't have questioned it either. I need to mute for just 1 second, everyone. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry about that. John Pokemon, creator of the legendary Pikachu games. Oh, this is giving alternate timeline here. This is giving a weird alternate timeline situation for me. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like the line art for this section up here, and then figure out how I want to fill in this hill, and I'm gonna start doing that. I'm going to take this lovely little protector and just place it very carefully over here. Etymologically, it comes from the name Pokerman. This is Indigo. No. Oh no, I just noticed that apparently when this went on, 2 of the bristles of the brush, I don't know if this is going to be too fine of a detail for y'all to see. Can you see the 2 little bristles just sticking out like perpendicularly that got smushed down instead of sort of pointed correctly into the brush? Oh geez. Oh cheese pizza. I'm gonna have to do some quick brush surgery. Trim them, says Mel. No, I need these bristles. I need them to live. I should be able to, if I just use my, like, brush protector / cleaner, I'm hoping I might be able to just smush them back into place very carefully. Oh. And then maybe we set this brush aside and we actually use my second smallest brush for some of these teeny tiny details, which I think it should be tiny enough to accommodate. Okay. Okay, I'm getting through this brush cleaner. I mean, I'm not the only person who uses this brush cleaner. Also, hi Mel, how are you doing? I don't know if I said hello, but hello. It's lovely to see you. Save them, hippie, says Indigo. Hell yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, they really want to stick out. They've been sort of like bent out of shape. Just enough. Okay, is it... Oh, dang, I thought it was holding. Is it holding? I think it's holding. Okay. Hopefully. Very carefully. Place that back on. And just let this hang for a little bit and hope that we have gotten them back into shape. You can always put the brush into boiling water for a bit and often it will spring back into shape. Yes. I find mostly that this does what it needs to. But if needs be, I can pop it into boiling water later. But we do have this brush, which is very, very well behaved for the moment. So we'll use this first. Been a decent day and was a fun weekend. Glad you're doing well. How was the little gentleman's birthday, Mel? If anyone doesn't know, Mel has a cat named Finn, and I believe it was Finn's. Was it? Okay, I have no concept of time, but it was Finn's birthday this past weekend, right? Or am I losing my marbles? Finn had an amazing time. We celebrated yesterday. I was lurking in the bushes. And it seemed like a very lovely time indeed. So I am very glad. I was sadly in the midst of a very heavy edit, so I wasn't able to join in, but it looked like a really, really fun time. But yes, happy belated to the...
Oh hell yeah, Sledge Callier just subscribed. 41 months. That's almost a year.
That's almost a whole year. Oh, Sledge, thank you so much for the sub. I very much appreciate it. Enjoy your emotes and stuff. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mel says, I have so many personalized birthday hats to photograph. Oh my goodness, they're so cute. So cute. So stinking cute. I love it. Here, have some hats. Kobe says, hi, I'm having a day, so forgive me for indulging my special interest. You never have to apologize for indulging your special interest. Also, hi, and I'm so sorry to hear that you're having a day. I hope that your day improves. The newest Magic the Gathering set is extremely Sammy-coded, and I put links to it in the board game section of Discord, because I feel like a lot of people will vibe with the cute animals. Oh no, Kobe, this is dangerous knowledge. This is really dangerous knowledge because I have not gotten into Magic the Gathering. And I mean, there's always a possibility that I might need to take up a new hobby, especially if it's cute as heck. I'm going to pop a link to the Discord for anyone who is not in the Discord and wants to see what this is all about and wants to join the Discord. There it is. You can share stuff to do with board games and video games and art stuff. If you do art, you can share some art that you're working on or stuff that you finished, anything that you're really proud of. If you do crafts like sewing and knitting and stuff, you can share that too. If you cook, you can share your beautiful food creations. We love to see it. If you want to talk about coffee and tea, if you want to let us know when you're live streaming and you stream, please feel free to let us know so we can go support you and say hello. If you want to know when I'm streaming, I will post my schedule and let you know when I'm live. And I never remember to post my own artwork in my own Discord, so there's also that. Anyways, but oh goodness, this is exciting times in the land of the magic. Okay, so I am very wary of opening Discord on my computer while I stream because it has broken the stream before, but I can open it on my phone. So I am visiting the link on my phone and I'm going to see if I can, but ooh, and y'all, Y'all, get a load of this adorableness. Rabbit mouse? Yeah, this is very me-coded. I love it already. Thank you so much for sharing. Sledge says, babe, please don't get interested in Magic the Gathering. Our finances could not sustain it. I'll try. Darling, dearest darling, I will try my best. I will try my very best. I don't know if I have time to pick up a new hobby at the moment anyways, because I've got enough things to constrain my time, but I will live with the temptation, and I will appreciate the lovely little creatures. Indigo says something terrible drawing time channel. There is also a terrible drawing time channel, and sometimes I put drawings in it. Because terrible drawing time is a thing that happens here. Oh boy, did I switch on terrible drawing time? Actually, now that you mention that, I don't remember whether or not I switched on terrible drawing time before we started the stream. So let me just pull up my channel points tab. Because that's one of the little housekeeping things that's real easy for me to forget. Because I have one stream a week where I can't do art-related redeems because I am on a different computer with a different setup, no camera, and I am playing a video game. But that is not today, so if you did want a drawing and you have the 5,000 channel points to spare, you can most certainly do that. Okay, I am picking up some red, and I'm trying to remember what colors I used to create this house color, because I don't think it was just the red, because just the red on its own is quite bold. So I'm wondering if I maybe added some additional pink to it. I'm literally picking up like the paint that kind of splished around the edges of the palettes. Because ultimately, if I can kind of clean these up a little bit and make them a little bit less messy, I would also really love to do that. Ooh, okay, yeah, that's mellowed out the red a little bit more. So I think this will work for a line weight. But maybe, do I want to add a little bit of... I think the black is too much, but maybe a little bit of brown. And this is a gorgeous brown as well. It's mahogany brown. If you are into your watercolors, but it is a blend of mahogany brown with some potter's pink in it. So if you want regular old mahogany brown, it looks like that, and it is beautiful. It is a gorgeous nice warm brown. I think it's one of my favorite colors of all of the colors that I used in this rainbow. That and probably the manganese violet, I think, are my favorites. Anyways. A video game, says Voxel. Hollow Knight. She's playing Hollow Knight. Most of the time I do play Hollow Knight, though I do have aspirations to at some point do the Celeste DLC. Because I played through Celeste a couple years ago on stream, and I didn't really feel at that point in time that I was confident enough to feel comfortable doing the DLC for it. Like, I didn't feel like, yeah, I'm gonna be able to do this because it is more difficult than the base game. But now, it's been a few years. I've done a bit more platforming in that time. I feel like maybe now is a better time to try and do something like that. I don't know. This may be a horrible mistake on my part. Who knows? But anyways. Voxel says, I spent €10 on Magic the Gathering in my life, and that's 10 more than I should have. Oh geez, oh beans, oh cheese pizza. I don't think I've ever bought any Magic the Gatherings. If I had, I think it's the kind of thing I would have looked at, not known what to do to like start getting into it, and just think like, oh, maybe if I just buy some cards, then I can do it, and then realize I have no idea what I'm doing, and it's very impenetrable and confusing and makes no sense to me, and I don't know how to play card games, and then get scared and don't do anything with it. €10 is a very cheap Magic the Gathering habit. Oh no, it's expensive. It's expensive. I'm also just looking around my studio and thinking, there is very little storage space in here. I used to have some Yu-Gi-Oh cards, says Samantha. We do have some Pokemon cards, but we bought some Pokemon cards with the intention of my partner draws a random Pokemon card, and then I have to draw it based on the name and description. And that kind of just became every time someone asks for a Pokemon character in terrible drawing time, so. Anywho. Okay. What do I want to paint in next? I'm gonna grasp some more of this brown, I think. If I can. What? Trying to pick up enough paint when you do not want your brush to be too wet can be challenging. Because I also don't want a piece to be so dry that no paint goes down. That kind of defeats the purpose. But here we are. Okay. I'm going to pick up some black as well. This is quite a warm black, I find. And the black has been warmed up by the pink as well. But I would like us to be able to see the like washing line that's here, which you can kind of see that there's a washing line here. Eventually we will make Sammy draw the entire Pokedex. Oh my god, I can't even begin to imagine how long that would take. That sounds like a terrifyingly long time. Okay, I'm so glad I still have my pencil, like a photo of my pencil sketch of this. Because as you can see from the pencil sketch, there's a little washing line here with some little items that are hanging out to dry. But could I see where the actual, like, lines are? No. Because they've been painted. There's over 1,000 mods. That's too many Pokemons! Oh my gosh. I prefer trading card game video games, so I'm safe, says Indigo. I'm sure that is a lot cheaper. Okay, I have played a trading card, or like a card game video game, but it was Ooblets, and I'm not sure that counts. But oh my god, I love Ooblets. That game is so much fun. Oh, I miss Ooblets. I want to play Ooblets again. Oh no. Oh no, this is dangerous. Update, I have to draw fingers now, says Voxel. Wish me luck. Oh my goodness. I mean, you can do it. I believe in you. But also, if you decide it's not worth the effort, you can always just draw hands as though they're all just mittens. And I'm definitely not saying that because that's how I draw hands. But it is also how I draw hands, and it's very valid of me. Anyways. Okay. I ended up wetting this down a little too much because it was basically completely dry and I wouldn't have been able to paint with it. Ah! Okay, so I've got my reference of what the sketch looks like, which I can no longer see. So there's, I think the line is about here. And the line is about here. Oh, the line is a little bit wonky, but you know what? That'll just have to do. I'm drawing a special forces officer. They don't wear mittens. I mean, you can make whatever rules you want in it's your universe. I'm kidding. You can do it, though. I believe in you. Okay, so there's like just a little towel or something that's kind of hanging over the line, but the other items, I'm just kind of hanging off of it. Okay, that I think will do. I hope, anyways. And then, do I need to slightly amend this color for those items? I never know when I'm doing outlines, and the outlines are more or less like the color of whatever it is that I'm drawing in, but more. I never know what to do for like white-ish situations. Because like, obviously I need a line that shows up, but you know, white is well, it's white. This is the tissue I'm using to blot my to blot my brush. Not blow my nose, don't worry. Anyways. Aw. Indigo says, draw a Special Forces meow officer instead. Yes, an SAS cat Sona. I would love to see it. SAS is British Special Forces. Yes, of course, these Super Army Soldiers, which is absolutely what it stands for. Any hoosins. Okay, I think I'm again just gonna start with this, but I'm gonna add a little bit more black to it. But I'm gonna make it a little bit less, maybe a little bit more watered down for the white bits. But we still need to be able to see it. Oh, challenges. Big challenges. Just like my favorite Sanrio character, big challenges. Okay, yeah, that's not visible at all. Damn it. Okay, hold up. I made her too wet. I need to add more paint so that it's, you know, somewhat visible. Okay. Okay, I think this should work. I hope this works anyways. Get the tiniest little edge that I can. There we go. There's a little shirt. There's just a little shirt. And next to it is hanging up just a little pair of bloomers or something. And next to the little pair of bloomers, we've just got like, wait, how does it look? I need to consult my sketchy do again, because it is very tiny and it is very difficult to see what is going on here. Okay, it's just a little bit of cloth. I'm not sure if it's maybe like a towel or something hanging up there. But anyways, we have some teeny tiny laundry hanging out on the line. Oh my goodness gracious. Anyways, what's everybody up to this week? Do you have any exciting plans for the week? Or are you just gonna hunker down and try and stay cool? Because that's generally my plan. I just completed a fairly sizable project. I've got a commission. Actually, I think I can show you this. I've got a commission that I started working on. I started painting this weekend that I'm going to have to hopefully finish this week. But here it is thus far. It's obviously not done, but I'm really happy with the way that the gradient in the background turned out. I think that's real stinking pretty. So I hope that my commissioner likes this piece when it's done, because so far I think it looks pretty cute. Anywho, ooh, going to Vienna with a friend group. Oh, nice. I hope you have a lovely time. Enjoy all the pretty things and fun activities, and hopefully some really, really good food too. That sounds very fun indeed, and I hope you have a wonderful time. Hell yeah. I am. Well, I'll be working on that commish. I have a sketch that I started for, assuming we finish this dang painting, I do have something lined up for the next thing I want to paint on stream, but you cannot tell what is going on with this piece, I don't think, by the sketch, because it is so vague and faint, but I will just say it's a little swimming hole near a waterfall, and yeah, I have a paint palette picked out for it. It's these colors, because I think some of these, especially sort of like the this and the this and the this, I think will work very well for this kind of like waterfall scene. Oh, I do also have Gobbo on Doggo. But I feel like I want to do it on a day when I'm a little bit less sweaty, so I'm better at concentrating. I have been given this extremely tiny and intricately detailed figurine for me to paint. It is a goblin archer riding a dog. And I mean, what's not to love here? Look at this. Look at his little teeths. They're so stinking cute. Look at this little buddy. I love them so much. I don't know what this guy's name is, but it's friend shaped. Anyways, they're both friend shaped. So I'm planning to do another miniature painting stream. Do I remember how to paint a miniature? No-ish. Will I try my darndest anyways? Yeah. Will I probably get some hints, tips, and tricks from the old moderator / spouse? I hope so. Because otherwise I'm gonna be kind of SOL. But, I'm sure if needs be, I can call upon my person to give a little advice. or possibly just look at what I've done so far and just kind of do that sort of like, ooh, oh, you use that color? Are you sure? Are you sure? I'm not saying anything says, oh, babe. Oh, babe. But I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just a little baby when it comes to the war and indeed the hammer thereof. I am very much a Warhammer spouse, but that does not make me an expert in and of myself. That makes me someone who goes around the displays at Warhammer Fest and just goes, oh, look at the little, oh, look, there's vampire bats, they're so cute, and then probably get weird looks from people who actually know about Warhammer when I'm just like, oh, look at these little guys, oh, look, there's a bigger version of that little guy, is the little guy its child, oh, and probably embarrassing my partner. Cassie says, should have put it in the wedding vows. Samantha says, I'm given to understand there are at least 40,000 editions of Warhammer. Yes, indeed. And I'll be honest, like, I can't even keep up with the number of Pokemons, let alone 40,000 different editions of Warhammer. That's too much for my little brain to process. But my person is very good at it, and I do think that it's really cool. There's so much lore that I don't understand. But I love that for them. Okay, just adding in some little windowly details here. And also, which side did I put the doorknob on? Because now I can't see it. Oh yeah, fun fact, this painting originally included some little guys in it, and I decided that I couldn't decide where I wanted the little guys to look, and they didn't fit in with the composition. So I added the little guys to my next painting, and instead they're going for a little swim under a waterfall. So they're still having a nice time. Sen says, hello friends, I am back from my doctor's appointment. I just need you to know that sometimes when I read words, I kind of like, you scan the statement or you see the words very quickly at first. And at first my brain blended together doctors and appointment to disappointment. And I hope it was not as disappointing as that read to my brain. I hope it was a good appointment. Obviously, that's personal and you do not need to comment on it here. But it's lovely to see you and welcome on in. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I hope you are having a good Monday. That was a very long-winded hello. I'm so sorry. Casa says, sickness and health for richer or poorer to honor requests to assist with miniature painting. Yes, thank you, Casa. I wholeheartedly agree. Got my dizziness checked out and got exercises for it. Awesome. I hope that they help. Very much I do. Glad to hear that you got that looked at. Anyways, I'm going to take a sip of my milk, which is chocolate, because I am, I'm 40 and I can do what I want. And you know what else? It's delicious. Is Voxel listening to Rammstein? Oh, nice. Good for drawing stuff. I'm sure it's very motivating music. That's actually part of the reason that I don't have background music on my stream. Is that I have had feedback from people. I know that, like, not everyone likes every genre of music. And so I don't want to have music that some people will find off-putting, and so they don't want to hang out here. But also, I've had feedback from more than one person to say that they will put my stream on and then put on their own music while they work alongside the stream. And so I think it's easier to facilitate that if I have no music. So you are able to listen to whatever music you find chill or motivating while you do whatever it is you do while the stream is happening. Anyways, Samantha says, yep, it says so in the law. Once you hit 40, anything is allowed. That should not be a law, because there are a lot of people who will do a lot of real stupid, real bad things. If you're just like, oh, you're 40, you can do whatever you want. That, this needs to reasonably apply to things like, if you want to have cereal for dinner, and drink the silly chocolate milk with the cartoon cow on the bottle, you can do that. But not, you can ignore the speed limit, or you don't have to recycle, you know? Can't wait to do what I want, says Casa. Hell yeah. It's like, oh my god, okay, so the veil of anonymity on the internet sometimes makes people do and say real stupid things. And I am gonna pass judgment in this case. There is a phrase that goes around the interwebs every once in a while, which is basically to say something along the lines of, if you make fun of someone or shame someone for being excited or passionate about something they're interested in, you are a terrible person. And I do genuinely agree that, like, if somebody has a passionate interest and, you, like, make fun of them for it, or you shame them for it, or you tell it, that's not a cool thing to be interested in. That is just telling, I mean, for one thing, that is telling that person that, like, you are not a safe person to be themselves around. Which, if you're the kind of person who does that, is probably true, but also, like, that's a horrible thing to do. Anyways. But also it's going to make them feel worse about having, especially if it's somebody young, it's going to make them feel worse about, like, having potentially quote-unquote cringe or, like, non-mainstream interests. Right? That's the obvious intent of that statement is, don't shame people for, like, being super excited about, I don't know, like, Disney movies or baseball or theme parks or whatever, right? Versus, there were people in the comments being like, but what if the thing they're excited about is war crimes? What if they're excited about human trafficking? It's like, I'm gonna need you to stop talking right now, because that is obviously not the context. Like, read the context here. Obviously they are saying, if someone's excited about something, you shouldn't shame them for it. They, if they're not talking about, like, oh wow, this person really enjoys doing horrible crimes, don't make them feel bad about it. They're talking about, like, listen, if your 12-year-old cousin is really, really, really into, I don't know, folk music, don't tell them that folk music is cringe. That's what it means. Like, come on, people. Anyways, but I like the response that somebody made that was something like, because somebody's like, but what if the thing that they're passionate about is harmful? And it's just like, okay, sure. What if the planet Earth's core was made of chocolate pudding? But it is this weird thing that there's certain people who just very much need to read statements on the internet in the worst faith possible. People who will do the thing where if somebody makes a post, just a picture of them eating a delicious apple, and they said, man, I really love apples, and someone responds and says, oh, so you hate oranges then? No. Chillax. Anyways. Samantha says the internet is where nuance goes to die. Yes, exactly. Sen says nuances in this economy? I don't think so. Cassie says, don't shame people for innocuous hobbies, but do shame people for bigotry and war crimes. Exactly. Those are entirely things that we should be shaming people for. Like, you being racist? You should be ashamed of yourself. You being transphobic? You should be ashamed of you. You doing war crimes? You should be very ashamed of yourself. You like My Little Pony? Good for you. Have fun. My favorite one was, I don't actually remember the names of any of the My Little Pony characters, but I had My Little Ponies in the late 80s. I had the Panini sticker book of My Little Pony, and I never completed it, and it was very frustrating to me as a 4 to 5-year-old. Those sticker books are exploitive ripoffs. And it upsets me that they still make them. Anyways, Samantha says, sorry, I am only in charge of this secret British cabal of trans people pulling the strings. Oh my goodness. Keep pulling. Can you pull those strings harder? Samantha says, if anything, we need to shame bigots even more. Yes, absolutely. None of this sort of like, oh, well, we need to hear all sides of the argument. It's not an argument. It's not an argument. It should not be an argument. If your argument is that, you know, like, another person does not deserve the same fundamental rights that you enjoy based on, like, an arbitrary category of existence, there is no argument to be had. You just suck, okay? Anyways. We took down Liz Truss's government. I mean, I'm glad that Liz Truss stopped being PM, because she was terrible. Oh my god, Samantha says, Sammy, for a moment there, I was convinced I was about to be grouped in with war crimes for my My Little Ponies obsession. No, absolutely. I am totally... I love that for you. The My Little Ponies are heckin' cute. I had one that was... I don't know what their name was, but they were like a lilac color, and they had a white mane, and they may well have been a knockoff that wasn't an official My Little Pony. I honestly don't know, but I loved them with my whole heart. And I would give their little mane brushies. And they were very cute. Anywho. Hot takes is Voxel. Bigotry bad. Uh-huh. Anyways. And Sen says, I thought that was lettuce. Lettuces are trans. Hell yeah. Trans lettuce rights. We wholeheartedly support. Anywho. Just in case there is any ambiguity on my stance, hell yeah, trans rights. Which, if somehow you didn't already know, you may have guessed by my most recent Instagram picture. Which is indeed a trans Animal Crossing character. Oh no. Okay. Can I just make a teeny tiny little... This is so tiny that I genuinely can't see what I'm doing from this far away. I'm going to have to hold it up so I can see it. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it. Does that look like a doorknob on the door? I think it does. Okay, I'm good. Lettuce should be non-binary, says Casa. I mean, I don't... From an actual vegetable perspective, I don't know what... Because some plants can have genders, I think. I mean, they can be whatever they can be whatever they are, and I support that. I don't really know how the concept of gender works if you're salad. But like the trans Pennine train, says Casa, trans lettuce. Yes, absolutely. Oh man, that reminds me, when I was in Canada, I saw so many massive like transport lorries driving down the highway, or trucks, I suppose, driving down the highway with the names of like the transport company on them, and so many of them were like trans something, and I was just like, oh, it's really nice to see all of these transport lorries like supporting trans rigs. We love to see it. Anyways. So yeah, that brought me a little joy. What if I just eat a little bit of this helio green onto my brush and then just stir it up into this weird brown slurry we've already made and see what that looks like? Okay, that's a little dark. Maybe there's already a bit of a green patina on the edge of this yellow, because I picked up a yellow-green previously. So if I can kind of just wipe that off onto my brush and use it to make a nice sort of like mossy thatched roof color to do the rooftop of this little cottage, that would be super rad. Oh man, the trouble with this brush is that it's very absorbent, and the difference between, I really don't want a lot of water on my brush, and there's no water on my brush at all, is so tiny. So tiny. The global shipping industry is controlled by the Trans Cabal. Confirmed. Yay! We love it. And thank you to y'all for delivering my groceries on time today. Also, shout out to my grocery delivery person. He was really friendly and very helpful. We had a nice chat about. I apologized for how heavy my groceries were, and he was like, "Oh, no, they're not," which made me feel a little bit better. Because I mean, they are to me. They are to me, but I have weak spaghetti arms these days, sadly. Anyways, excuse me. But yeah, I put in an emergency grocery shop order last night because I could see the way the weather was turning, and I was like, oh shoot, aw shoot. You know what I better do? I thought to myself, I better just make sure that we have like all of the electrolytes we can in the house. So I ordered some coconut water. I ordered like a 4-pack of coconut waters. I ordered a 4-pack of sports drink. And I ordered a 6-pack of small bottles of sparkling water. So we have many hydration options, because knowing myself and my preferences and sensitivities, I know all too well that if none of the beverages in the house hit properly, I will simply not drink enough fluids. So I'm like, I'm really thirsty, but none of these are the right drink. And I just won't have anything. And that's really bad for you. So, anyways. Silly says, hello, welcome in. I'm on another trip, so the internet is not great, but I hope you're having a nice stream. Thank you so much, Silly, and I hope you're having a lovely trip. And thank you so much for stopping in. Hello. We are getting some little details down. I think this might get done today, but I honestly wouldn't hold my breath. I mean, you shouldn't hold your breath anyways. Do keep breathing. It's very important for your circulatory system to do so. Also, be sure to stay hydrated. Have a little stretch if you haven't recently. And if you haven't taken your medication, you need to take medication right now, you should probably do that as well. Anyways. Anyways, not to get political on stream, but Liz Truss bad. We don't like her. Oxygen. Breathing cringe, says Voxel. Oxygen addicts. Listen. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Do not kill the part of you that is cringe. Kill the part of you that cringes. Keep breathing. Anyways. Samantha says, so often I will just be dehydrated or hungry because nothing around feels like something I want to eat / drink, so I just don't. Neurodivergence is fun. Oh, Samantha, I know it well. I know it well. That good old flavor / trait of neurosuperiority when you are in the supermarché and you know you've got to buy something for your lunch. You don't have anything at home that is a suitable lunch food. And you don't know what it is, because, sometimes you go in and you're specifically like, man, what I really want is just like a nice bit of crusty baguette, some vegetarian ham, and just to make myself, an ersatz jambon beurre sandwich, right? Fine. Fantastic. Other times, you go in, you're like, I don't know what I want, but I know I don't want any of the things that I see. And nothing quite hits correctly, and you can't identify why. You don't know exactly what flavor or texture it is that you're looking for, but it is none of the things you can see. So you end up just not having anything, which is bad. But also, trying to make yourself have something that is not the right thing at that time can be a little torture. Silly, thank you very much for the lurk. Thank you. Indigo says jambon beurre. The ham on buttered roll, basically. I think sometimes in French they actually add a little bit of mustard to it, but I do not add a little bit of mustard to it because I am not a mustard enjoyer. I was theorizing the other night. I thought to myself, am I a picky eater? And I genuinely don't know. Because I consider myself a fairly adventurous eater when it comes to the different cuisines and dishes and textures and flavors and experiences that I enjoy when it comes to food. But on the other hand, there are also a lot of like specific ingredients that I just don't enjoy. Like off the top of my head, not a fan of any eggs with runny yolks. Olives, no. Olive oil, delightful, but olives in and of themselves, absolutely not. Capers, cannot stand. Mustard, any form of mustard is an absolutely not to me. Mayonnaise only in very, very specific circumstances, such as I am in Belgium and I'm eating frites. Or like certain toasted sandwich situations, but only a very thin scrape. But also like certain flavor and spice combinations. When I cook them for myself at home, I just adjust it, you know. But I do like things that are, you know, like pungent and flavorful and layered and interesting, and I like experimenting with new ingredients and new techniques and new cuisines. But there are a lot of specific ingredients that it seems like a lot of people really, really love that I'm just like, oh, there was something I was watching a sort of very fancy tuna sandwich being made on a YouTube video the other day, and I was like, oh, this sounds like it's gonna hit good for me. You know, they've got the tuna, that's delightful. They've got some beautiful fresh like heirloom tomatoes. They're in season, and you love to see it. They've got some green beans in there, which is an interesting choice, but like I'm here for it. They've got some kind of pesto, maybe, I can't remember. And then they're just like, all right, we're just going to throw in a bunch of olives. And I'm like, no! We're just going to throw in some boiled eggs. And I'm like, no! Also cannot with boiled eggs. And yet I consider myself not to be a picky eater. But there's apparently a lot that I do not like. So I just don't know anymore. Olives, my goat, says Indigo. Well, by all means, if I ever encounter any olives in any of the foods that I eat out in the wild, I will save them for you. Because I am very much here for like not shaming or like being weird about other people's food tastes. If someone likes a food other than that I don't, I'm happy for them. And if I don't like if I like something that somebody else doesn't, that like I feel like I shouldn't be, I don't know, anything for that. Like, it's fine. So to that end, for instance, if I get something on a dish when I'm out at a restaurant and I don't like it but my partner does, he can have it. Likewise, if they give him something that he doesn't like but I do, I'll have it. It's all fine. British mustard is also a far different animal to Dijon, says Casa. This is very true, but in truth, I don't like any of them. Also certain cuisines where they use like mustard seed as just like a spice. If there's too much of that, for me anyways. But if you like it, I love that for you. Ooh, Sen says I treated myself to ice cream after my appointment and I managed to find some white Twix. Ooh. Oh. That sounds fancy. White Twix, the bestest of all the Twixes. I do like a classic Twix, but not super often. But when I do, nice. Oh, I bet it would be nice if it's been in the fridge. Oh, and the caramel gets all sort of cold and oh, that sounds, yeah. Anyways, how do you tune a sandwich? You just tighten or loosen. You use the little twiddly bits on the end, and you tighten or loosen the strings. That's all. You tighten or loosen the gluten strands with the little twiddly bits on the end. Yeah, I wish they made apple-sized olives, says Indigo. Oh my god, that would be wild. Would the olive pit be the same size if it was an apple-sized olive, or would it scale with the rest of the olive and be like an avocado pit? Just out of curiosity. Samantha says, I am a picky eater. Put another way, I have ARFID as a result of traumatic experience with food. Being an undiagnosed autistic growing up with parents who would not take I cannot eat this for an answer. Oh, joyous. My child is a picky eater and I need to make them eat the thing to get them to grow out of it, which in some cases can work, but in other cases will just make the aversion worse. Especially if you don't understand what the deal is with ARFID. I don't remember what it stands for. But I know it is basically there is a window of foods that are okay for me. And any deviation from this, if it's not self-directed, is going to be a deeply unpleasant and traumatic experience. Um, because of like sensory issues, and sensory issues do hit people different. You know, sometimes some. Oh, here's another one as far as like sensory issues go. Onions. You chop them up into dice, I'm good. You slice them into long, thin strands, no can do. That is no bad texture. Get out of here. Literally, you take the same onion and you just chop them into little squares. I'm so on board with that. But if you slice them into little like long strands, please remove that from my food. Anyways, avocado olive, says Voxel. Delicious. Oh no, Samantha says, I think the baguette I bought today is defective. It didn't come with the twiddly bits for tuning. Definitely take it back to the supermarket. Complain. Upbraid your local grocer in the most unambiguous terms that you would like a correction on that. I'd imagine it would be bigger as well, says Indigo. Ooh. I'm trying to imagine a world where, I mean, I've seen some very unusually largely sized strawberries. I've seen a strawberry the size of, like, that's larger than a small plum, which I find weird. Avoidant restricted food intake disorder. Thank you very much, Samantha. Thank you. There is a fellow on Instagram whose videos I get recommended every once in a while. He is a teenaged boy, and he's very, very sweet, but he has quite a severe form of this as well. And bless him, he does try new foods sometimes. And he'll do like trying a fruit for the first time or something on a video. And sometimes it hits, sometimes it's good, but a lot of the time it's just like he'll eat like, you know, a square of mango and be like, no, I don't think I like this. He's very polite about it, but oh god, I have to imagine that that's gotta be rough. Ooh, I know what Pokemon we're drawing next, says Indigo. Hell yeah. Samantha says, to this day the only vegetable I can eat is broccoli, because it was one of the only ones I wasn't introduced to as a child with zero agency. Oh my gosh. Also, broccoli slaps, so I love that for you. Y'all ever bought Minecraft watermelons, asks Voxel? I mean, I like watermelons, but I have to assume if they're Minecrafty, they're like cuboid, because everything is quite square and pixely in Minecraft, which sounds delightful. Cassie says, I'm a fussy one, aka neurodivergent AF. Yep, that's a mood. Hey, Acorn, how's it going? Welcome on in. Lovely to see you. Welcome. Cassie says, on my week away, I ate many pastries because they're safe food. I mean, to be fair, they're also delicious, so that is very valid of you. Hell yeah. Neurodivergent kids who are labeled as fussy unite. Yay! Yep. Anywho. What was I saying? Going to make this green a little greener. And I'm going to do these little bushes. And I do think I am going to add just a little thatch of flowers sort of growing around the house here. Oh, did I pick up too much green? Uh-oh. This might be a little too potent. Ruh-roh. I suppose we shall soon find out. Just needs to be like shrub colored, but a little bit darker. Okay. Alrighty. Oh yay! Yes, went to a me recommended coffee shop. That was a beautiful day. I was very sad to be like in meetings in an office very far from the center of town, and Cass was swanning around having the loveliest time in the city center, and I was so jealous. Had a croissant and some tea, then later I went to a cafe and had more pastries. Ah, so nice, so nice. Love that for you. I will be at some point visiting a foreign city. Sometime next month. I'll be in Copenhagen for a couple of days, and I'm very much looking forward to trying some of the baked goods and pastries in the lovely, lovely land of Copenhagen. I think it'll be a fun time. I've been trying to do my research and find places that are likely to be good. There are some places that I've found that are likely to be good, but are also likely to be very, very, very popular, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. What if I get there and there's a huge queue and then I spent 20 minutes getting there on the metro and then I feel all sad. Uh-oh. I want to try and avoid that as much as possible. Cass says, I was just wandering around Oxford messaging Sammy like, I found the place you said. I'm so glad you had a good time. Last week I did Bath, Oxford, and London. Later this year I'm doing Scotland. Oh, nice. I hope you have a wonderful time in Scotland, and I hope you had a wonderful time in Bath and Oxford and London. All places I know reasonably well. One of which I live near/in. Okay. Just popped a little bit of texture into that, because actually I think that little bit of texture is giving something good. Do I want to add some texture onto the house actually? Is that going to be too much, I wonder? Oh, I don't know. Now I kind of do. I kind of do. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna add a little bit of texture onto the house, and then once I have done that, I think I'm gonna drop a little BRB for a minute. Okay. I think, should I make this texture mostly Potter's Pink? Maybe darken it down just a smidge so it's not super bright. Do I want vertical texture or horizontal texture? Oh no. Oh no. Importantly, says Cass, I met Sarah in person. Oh, I'm so jealous of both of you. Am confirmed real person. Hell yeah, not genderless gray internet blob. I mean, to be fair, I am a genderless gray internet blob. Well, going gray at least. I'm a salt and pepper internet blob. Or an actor paid to impersonate you for the meeting. Oh my god. Oh my god. What if? That's wild. That's wild. I can't, you know, I have given thought before to, like, if they made a biopic of my life, who would play me? And the answer is, I cannot think of anyone appropriate. Not because I'm super special, but just because I don't feel like there's anyone who I know is an established actor who has the right aesthetic and energy. Like, they'd pick someone... Like, I feel like they'd pick someone, like, slightly taller and hot and just, I don't know, make them put on, like, 20 to 40 pounds and do their hair worse, and then they'd get an Oscar because they made themselves look less attractive for the role, which is always a good recipe for getting an award. Danny DeVito would be a good, you know, I don't know whether or not you're joking, Voxel, but I would be honored if Danny DeVito played me in a biopic. I would be honored. That would be so cool. I love him. He's great. Oh my goodness, could you imagine? That would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. I would just be beside myself with delight. Okay. I have no idea if I just watered this down too much for it to actually be visible anyways. Well, I do want these lines to be fairly subtle texture-wise. But hopefully I didn't overdo it. I think I maybe overdid it. I have no idea whether or not you can really see them, but to be honest, I think that's okay. I think it's very subtle, but I think it adds just the tiniest wisp of flavor, which is a good thing. Anyways, okay, now that I've done that, I'm going to drop a quick BRB, and then I will come back and we will look at doing, I guess, the tree, and then adding in all of the plant life and stuff. So I'll be back in a minute. In the meantime, take this as an opportunity to, like, hydrate or do a stretch or whatever, and I shall see you very shortly. Please enjoy the BRB screen in the meantime. You're all breathtaking. Hello. I'm back. I remembered to unmute the mic. It took a moment, but I did. Hello. Let's head back to artwork. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a good one. Samantha had a session of, oh, Miriam Margulies. She seems like she has Sammy energy. But again, I would be honored. She is amazing. um, Indigo says, from what I know, you could just be a floating pair of hands. I do, you know, I know some people are very protective of their sort of privacy on the internet, and I sort of nominally am protective of my privacy in some ways, but in terms of like, you can see my face, you can see what my face looks like, that's allowed. I don't put a camera on when I'm streaming because sometimes it can affect the ability to stream, and also I would spend way too much time if I had to dress up nice every time I streamed. I wouldn't have the energy to stream, but I can manage to moisturize my hands and that'll do, which is why I don't have a face cam when I stream. But for the uninitiated, there are selfies on my Instagram if you haven't seen what my face looks like. But my face looks like this, so please imagine a face that looks something like this when I'm streaming. Now you know. Kazza says Sammy is just hands. It's not true. You've just seen a picture of my face. Also, I have a YouTube channel where I do appear on camera quite a bit. In case you're curious, it's there. But yes. City of Tears type music, says Voxel. Yes. Oh, I love the music from Hollow Knight so much. It's so lovely. That music in particular, the BRB song, is called... It's called The Rose and the Thorn. It's by Johannes Borlöf, and it is from Epidemic Sound, because I have an Epidemic Sound subscription, and I gotta make the most of it, because I do not make YouTube videos often enough. And I gotta do something to justify paying that monthly fee to have access to high quality cinematic music with that I am licensed to use. So here we are. And I do genuinely, when I do make videos, and I am working on editing one right now, it's just, the edit is taking a while, so much so that I have purchased supplies for my next YouTube video, which I will film and script as soon as I finish editing this one. And hopefully will come together much more quickly than this one, which it turns out has been quite a slog to edit through, and has kind of reached a point where, like, I've been working on it for so long that I can't tell whether or not it's actually a good or interesting topic anymore. I'm like, oh god, are people gonna be bored by this? I don't know anymore. Casa says, I've also seen your face on Instagram. Exactly, I do have selfies on Instagram. And I also occasionally try and remember to do that thing where I think that I feel like if you get your face into like an Instagram video or an Instagram post or something, even if it's an art post, just do like a selfie of you like holding your painting, but you can also see you in the shot. I feel like those do better on the platform. I think it's like, there's a human in this. We are going to actually show it to people. Because I have had issues with some posts that I post on Instagram. Just literally no one has seen them. And I'm like, why? Sometimes I'll think to myself, this has 0 engagement. Is it bad? No, it's not bad. It's just for some reason no users have actually seen this post. Anyways, Samantha says, Sammy is just hands. They hire an actor to body double for YouTube. Samantha, you've met me. You know that's not true. You have interacted with me in person multiple times. Yeah, Sen says, what do you mean? We met with a body double back then? I have also met Sen. There are people in chat who have met me in person. I do exist. We've got a terrible drawing time from Casa who wants to see Sammy and Sammy's body double drinking tea. Alrighty. Voxel says, remember that stuff about a big art project? I kind of lied. I'm almost done. Oh, congratulations. Listen, sometimes things take less time than you think. Joe can confirm as well. Thank you, Joe. Also, hi, Joe. It's lovely to see you. Welcome on in. Never met her, says Sledge. Darling, we're married. We're married, and, like, three people in this stream were at the wedding. Including you, because we're married. Hi, says Joe. It's hot. Oh god, I wholeheartedly agree. It's nasty. I picked up an additional beverage when I... Oh, shoot. I picked up an additional beverage when I was on BRB, and then I left it in another room. 1 second. It's okay, sweetie. It's right here. It's right here. I just put it down for a second because I was doing something, and then I forgot to pick it back up again. Because I'm a silly sausage. Alright. And also... this box of art supplies all over. Okay. Coconut water. I was actually surprised to see the amount of sugar that there is in a thing of coconut water, because I tend to think of it as not that sweet. I mean, it's not as much sugar as there is in, like, a Pepsi, but it's still not, it's not, like, sugar-free. Which is fine, I don't care about that. I was just surprised. Anyways, I like coconut water, because it hydrates you and it doesn't have a super strong flavor, but it also doesn't taste as nothing as water does, which I don't enjoy drinking most waters. Unless it's, like, very specific, like, very cold ice waters. I'm not a big fan of water. Anyways, do you need to meet someone to marry them, asks Indigo. Depends on the laws in your local jurisdiction. In some cases, no. In some cases, you can get married and just have, like, someone else stand in at the wedding ceremony for the person who's getting married, which honestly I think is kind of... There may be some extenuating circumstances to do with people being stationed abroad in the military, I suppose, but also I feel like that is just ripe for, like, people doing the kinds of dramatic stuff you see in soap operas. Where you find out that you erroneously got married to someone unbeknownst to you, and so therefore you can't marry your girlfriend because your ex is a scheming so-and-so who wants to ruin your life because they can't stand to see you happy. Anyways, I know you need witnesses for a wedding, but do you yourself need to show up? Asks Indigo. Yeah, it is, I think it depends on the jurisdiction. I think there are some places and some circumstances. I think there's maybe like a single U.S. state where this is legal, where a proxy can stand in at a wedding ceremony. But I feel like you should have at least met/interacted with the person that you're marrying. You know. Anyways. But maybe that's just me. Sen says, well, I gotta go have dinner. Have a lovely, lovely dinner, Sen. I hope you have a delicious meal. See you around, folks, and maybe the stream is still here when I get back. It's possible. I don't actually know how much longer we'll go for. We do have a terrible drawing time to do now, so I shall attempt to do it. Wedding body double, says Samantha. Yeah, exactly. Let me just grab the wording of Cass's request again. Sammy and Sammy's body double drinking tea. Okay, so for anyone who's wondering what the heck this array of absolutely beautiful creatures are, a terrible drawing time is a phenomenon whereby for 5,000 channel points, I have 5 minutes or less to draw a character or a concept of your choosing from memory or sight unseen on the terrible drawing canvas. This is our current canvas. It's real silly. As you can see, there are several recognizable Pokemon on here, such as Ampharos, Mawile, Duskull, Lugia. Was this Lugia? Breloom is over here. This is just a knife rat. This is Chilchuck from Dungeon Meshi. And this is me. This is me just losing my mubbles. Thanks to my own terrible attempt at drawing Crash Bandicoot from memory. So, yeah, this is terrible drawing time, and we're about to terrible draw myself and my body double drinking tea. So, let me get 5 minutes on the clock. Let me just spray 5 minutes onto the clock here. We'll get started. There we go. And we begin. Yay! Okay, so I'm going to pop the two of us over here in this quadrant because I think I've got a good amount of space for it. So, first of all, I'm going to draw my actual self. Looking I don't look tired enough. Let me get some bags under my eyes here. There, that's more like it. Okay. And round. Because I am a spherical little creature. It was indeed Luke, yes, Samantha, thank you. No one can look at that whale building a sandcastle and call this drawing time terrible. I mean, I do love that whale building a sandcastle. I'm very proud of it. I even managed to get a little pride flag in their castle. That castle represents the nation of pride. We love to see it. Okay, let me get some... I am indeed wearing my hair up in a bun today. I don't always. Sometimes, especially if it just looks really good, I'll wear it down. But it's very hot and humid at the moment, so this is entirely the weather where I'm going to be wearing my hair up. And it is... The weather is hot today, so it is messy as all heck. But you know what? It's trying its best. And I'm wearing unflattering pajimmy jams, as you do when the weather is this bad. So do forgive my unflattering pajimmy jams. And by pajimmy jams, I do just mean like a shirt that it turns out is a color that doesn't look good on me, so I only wear it at home, and some what are technically lounge pants. But there we go. I've just got, I don't know, my other hand's just in my lap. And I'm sitting down, obviously, because, and I'm holding some tea. There we go. So that's actual me. And then here's my body double. And it's me, but just somehow a little bit better in basically every way. The hair is just a little bit more glamorous. The hair is a little bit more glamorous. And she's like Hollywood fat. Played by Jason Momoa. Yes, absolutely. I don't know who's playing this, but I feel like I am based in the UK, so I almost feel like she is almost invariably going to be a British lass doing a bad Canadian accent. Also, oh my gosh, is that a tea bag? You didn't loose leaf? That's how you can tell it isn't me. I mean, I do drink tea out of tea bags from time to time, but when I'm at home, a lot of the time I just loose leaf. Because I can. Also, she does have slightly perkier bosoms than me because, again, you know, she's an actor. So they can hire someone who's extra pretty. But she's also got her hand in her lap. And she's just sitting. But she's wearing something slightly nicer as well, I think. She's got like a nice shirt with a little cardigan. She's actually bothered to put on a nice little string of pearls. And she also looks like she's had enough sleep. That's a big difference. Oh my god, yes, it's Jenna. Oh my god, it's Jenna Coleman, everybody. Jenna Coleman, everyone. It's me. I did cosplay as Clara from Doctor Who once. That was really fun, actually. It was I liked a great character to cosplay if you're someone who likes cosplaying as characters at like special events sometimes, but also doesn't necessarily want to go to great lengths to put together costumes they're never going to be able to wear outside of this one singular context. So I cosplayed like Clara from Doctor Who wearing outfits that were simply clothes that I bought and could wear to other occasions if I put them together with other garments, and it would just be normal clothes. And because a lot of her clothes came from places like the shopping center, it was really easy to do it. So what you're saying is that you're Jenna Coleman's body double. I mean, I'm not doing a very good job of it, but yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Okay, so here's me and the Jenna Coleman version of me. She's younger, she's perkier, she doesn't look quite as tired, and she's wearing a slightly nicer outfit. And you can tell it isn't me because she's not drinking loose leaf tea. And also the fact that, hold on, sorry, just one more pencil line. Sorry, I just needed to really properly establish there that that my shirt did indeed have 2 armholes. Anyways, so yeah, that's us. That's terrible drawing time. Oh god, the fake me is kind of terrifying. The fake me is kind of terrifying to me. That's just the professional makeup team, says Indigo. Listen, if I had someone whose job it was to, like, apply concealer to me directly and correctly, I don't know, I probably would also look less tired. I have not worn concealer in my life. No, that's not true. I have worn a tiny amount of concealer once, and I didn't like it, and you could tell that I was wearing concealer because it does that thing where if you get even remotely sweaty, it all just gathers in your, like, you know, the wrinkles around your eyes, which everyone has. It just gathered in the wrinkles around my eyes, and the rest of my skin just looked like the normal dark circles under my eyes, but I had sort of vaguely stuff colored more like the rest of my flesh, highlighting the fact that I had wrinkles. I didn't like it, and so I never did it again. Anyways, I do usually put on a little bit of tinted moisturizer before I film videos, but that's just because the lighting setup that I have for videos is, it's not flattering, because it turns out a flattering lighting setup, is either expensive or involves having, like, good sunlight, and most of the time I'm not able to film with, like, available sunlight where I live, because inevitably this is the day I've earmarked to film, and it's the middle of winter, so there's about an hour of, like, good quality filming light outside, and the rest of it is, like, the sun is too close to horizon. It is either already gone or beaming at you with ridiculous intensity at a very sharp angle. Or it is way too gray out, and all of my filming will be grainy, and my camera can't focus because the lighting is too low. So I have to use artificial lighting when I film most of the time, but that artificial lighting just, it just highlights all of the textures that human skin has that most of the time we don't notice unless it's being lit really poorly. Samantha says, Sammy, you can never film in sunlight because you live in the UK. Exactly, Samantha, exactly, you get it. It's very frustrating, but having, like, a good professional lighting setup with, like, you know, well-placed studio lights and diffusion and all of the stuff that makes people look well lit in artificial light is very difficult if you don't have space and money with which to do so. And if you could see the space that I have in which to film, you would know I have neither of these at all. So, I don't know. Unless my next YouTube video blows up, goes viral, and I start making more money than God from YouTube videos, my videos are just gonna look a little crappy most of the time. But I swear that doesn't make them any less fun. I promise it doesn't make them any less fun. Please watch my YouTube videos. Anyways. No pressure, obviously. I'm just happy you're here. But, I am very grateful to everyone who has subscribed to the channel. I do have a VOD channel as well for my Twitch VODs. Because I'd had a few people request, that they would like to be able to go back and watch the VODs of some streams, and they expire after 2 weeks here on Twitch. So I said, okay, well, what I can do is basically upload a very lightly edited version of them to YouTube. So I do that. And that is creatively titled youtube.com/extra Sammy Kelsch. It has, I think, about 12 subscribers, and I fully do not expect anyone to subscribe to it, because unless you're interested in watching my old VODs, and I don't know how much value there is for most people in those, because I feel like a lot of the interest of most of my stream videos is kind of being present and talking about stuff. But yeah, it's up to you. Mr. Bark! Welcome on in. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. It's lovely to see you, and thank you so much. Mr. Bark says, I just looked at your Instagram. OMG, I absolutely love your art style. Thank you so much. That's very, very kind of you to say. Thank you, and thank you for the follow as well. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday. Samantha says, Space, the final frontier. Sorry, I can do that better. Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of Twitch user Sammy Kelsch. Their continuing mission, find somewhere you can film their YouTube video. Yep, exactly. Anyways, I now have the music stuck in my head, and I'm imagining... I have images of zippity zooming past planets in space dancing through my head, because I have watched many a Star Trek in my time. That being said, I'm not caught up on all of the newer Star Trek series, because a lot of them are on platforms that I'm not actually sure I have access to. They might be on streaming services I don't have. I'm genuinely not sure anymore. But I do still consider myself a Trekkie, even though I am very behind on a lot of the programs. But I did see a clip from the new series, the forthcoming, I think, I guess it's American, so it's not a series, it's a season of Strange New Worlds, which is, I guess, coming at some point. And it was a little bit of it was presented to me in a way of sort of like this clip seems silly. Because basically, I don't know if I shouldn't say, because there might be some people here who are like, I don't want to be spoiled for anything that happens in the new season of this TV show that I like. So I shan't comment on it further, but I can try and find the tweet with the clip in it and post it to Discord if you don't mind spoilers and you do want to hear about it. Mr. Bark says, what part of the world are you from? Do you send stuff to Canada? So I'm based in the UK. I actually am originally from Canada, and I send stuff anywhere that Royal Mail ships to. So, yes. Absolutely. I mean, sometimes I send birthday cards to my family in Canada, so yes, definitely. Though these days, if I'm sending gifts, I do find it a little bit more expedient to just order something from like Indigo Books or whatever in Canada and just have it shipped directly to my parents. Don't tell my child-aged schoolboy of a little kid nephew, but I'm planning to get him some cool new books for Christmas. But don't tell him. Anyways. Samantha says, I'm given to understand Lower Decks is very well regarded. I have heard the very same. I hear it's really, really, really good. I really would like to see it at some point. But again, I don't think it's on a streaming service that I have. So, someday I will, but I don't know when, and I don't know how. Mr. Bark says, I never was a big Star Trek fan. Always a Stargate guy. Stargate! Hell yeah! A Canadian classic! But goddamn, it, Strange New World's amazing. That's good TV. It does look like a lot of fun. It looks really good. And it has, what's her name? Carol Kane, I think, is in it. And she's great. I love her. So, I really would like to see it at some point. If nothing else, for I like her. I think she's great. And I love the things what she bees in. But yeah. Oh, Mr. Rex says, I'll remember that your style would be perfect for a commission for me and my girlfriend. So I'll contact you for that soon. I would absolutely love to. Very much so. I do have a commission page on my Ko-fi. If anyone would like any information on that, you can find it there. And if you ever have any questions, feel free to send me a DM wherever good DMs are sold, and I would be happy to answer any questions. Samantha says, most of my current Trek knowledge comes through osmosis because Jesse Earl is a big fan. Oh, I think it was Jesse Earl who tweeted about the Strange New Worlds clip. Indeed, which is how I found out about it, because she is a very big Star Trek fan, and she is very much on my radar of people who make YouTube videos about things I'm interested in sometimes. Anywhoosens. The show's just fantastic, and the captain makes me rethink my sexuality. I mean, fair. I could see that, definitely. I get it. Yeah, anywho. Tree bark. What color does this tree bark? I think I just used just straight ahead mahogany brown for the tree bark. So maybe I'll do that, but just kind of deepen it out a little bit. Maybe add just like a sliver of green to it to kind of just deepen it. And because the green is right here, so it'll be easy to use to make a bit of a nice bark brown. Okay. I'm still figuring out the ins and outs of how I want to use this palette in terms of like the color. What do I want to say? The color, not attitude exactly, but the color, like the color mood of this palette. I'm still kind of figuring out what the mood is of this palette. I feel like it's tough because especially this yellow and this green have been very difficult to influence with other colors. Though that being said, I did the same experiment over again, but with cobalt turquoise. And I haven't painted anything with that palette yet, but the yellow is very different. The green, almost exactly the same. This green is crazy. It will not be changed. But the yellow, damn, that's different. It goes from sort of, kind of, I would say, like, unripe nectarine vibes. Like, when you get the yellowy patches on, like, a slightly underripe nectarine, to, like, the inside of a kiwi. That's the fruit, not the bird. Just for clarity. We love kiwi birds here, by the way. Here's our kiwi bird emote. Because they are the sweetest and the best. And you know, they go through, if you've ever seen the size of a kiwi egg, you know that they go through an experience. And frankly, we have no choice but to stan the kiwi bird for their absolute bravery and also just being just the sweetest creatures. I love them so much. My general sentiment to any series of Trek is that it could use more John Delancey, says Samantha. I mean, he is a fantastic actor. He walked past me once in a corridor, by the way. The only thing that I can tell you about him as a man who exists in real life is that I'm pretty sure he tucked his shirt into his jeans and he was very tall. So, there you have it. Kiwis, tiny ostriches laying full-size ostrich eggs, says Samantha. Exactly. They're poor little, just, you know what? A moment of silence for the kiwis' poor little cloaca. We love them very much. That can't be pleasant. Anyways, did I just hear John Delancey, says Lux? Hi! Hi, Lux. Welcome in. How are you doing? We did indeed say John Delancey. Fuck, I love Q. Honestly, when I was on my many Star Trek The Next Generation like watches and rewatches, and when I first watched it as it first went out in like the late 80s, early 90s, anytime there was a Q episode, I was just like, we're in for a good night. Because he's such a fun character. He's such a fun character, and I do think that John Delancey brings so much energy and dimension and interestingness to that character, and it is so fun to watch. It's just so fun to watch, and it's so fun to watch him like interacting with especially Captain Picard. He's just so good at it. It's great. Okie dokie. I think what I might do, just because you can see there's some branches kind of working their way up into the foliage as well, and you can still see a bit of branch sticking out, but I've watered down the paint just a little bit, so it's a little bit more translucent in these areas, because I thought that would be an interesting and fun effect. Am I right? Well, who knows? Oh, who knows? But listen, we're having fun here. I hope. That's the important thing. Okay. Okay, yeah. I think that's the foliage you can see. We has tree. The piece is, I feel like it's starting to feel like it's coming together, which is great. I posted the drawing anywhere and everywhere now, says Voxel. Rad! I look forward to seeing it. I assume it's in the... Yes, I got a Discord notification for it, so I look forward to checking it out. Thank you so much for sharing it with us as well. And to anyone else who would like to join the Discord or is in the Discord, if you ever have artwork or anything that you want to share with us, we love to see it. I love seeing the absolute breadth of creativity and style that this community of people has. It is so inspiring, and I love it. Samantha says, all the Q episodes are bangers except for the second Q episode. I don't remember which one that was. Oh, is that the Ferengi one? Oh, yeah. I mean, there are some episodes in the first, 2 seasons of the show, that is Star Trek The Next Generation, that are... Some of them are just this is a bad TV episode, and some of them are this feels kind of racist. But some of them are just, this is bad. It's the one where he gives Riker Q powers. Ah. Yeah, oh, baby Riker. Because that one I think is fairly early on, isn't it? Why would you give Riker, of all people, Q powers? And then Riker creates a Klingon woman for Worf? That was, oh my god, that was so cringe. It's okay, we get it, Riker. You have been cast as the character on this show that's gonna get to have the romances, I guess. But Worf doesn't need a Klingon girlfriend. Also, he could date whoever he wants. Also, spoiler alert, there's a period in the last season of the show where he dates Deanna for a bit. Which I thought was cute. Riker without a beard, just no. Locke says, we get it, William, you have a penis. Yeah, I'll take things that I never want to have to think about again for 100, please, Alex. Anyways, and then ages of, oh my god. Okay, so if anyone has not seen this episode of Star Trek The Next Generation where Riker, who's the first officer, the second in command of the spaceship, gets powers to do whatever he wants. And so Wesley is a teenage boy. He's I don't know, maybe 13 on board the ship because his mom is the CMO. And and he's you want to be a grown-up, right? You want to be more grown-up? Okay, let's make you a grown-up. And they transform him into this adult man. And if you know from hindsight what the actor actually looks like as a grown-up man versus the grown-up man they cast to be grown-up Wesley, it's real freaking funny because they look nothing alike. He's this broad-shouldered, muscular dude. And the dude who plays that little boy grew up to look like a pretty standard nerd. Which is delightful, but very much not a broad-shouldered, muscular dude. Oh my god, then he ages up Wesley and Geordi immediately starts checking him out. Oh my god, really? I have blocked that out of my mind. I think I was more focused on the fact that is not what Wesley would look like as an adult. I mean, that show in general just, I think, did romance pretty badly most of the time. As cited, the Worf and Deanna dated briefly, and it was a choice. There was at least one romance thing, like actual romance thing with Geordi that was like, oh, come on, this is weird. A lot of like Deanna's sort of, you know, romance of the week episodes were real cringe, and then there was the one I won't spoil for you if you haven't seen it, but it involves the chief medical officer of the ship and a ghost, and it's very bad. He grew up to look exactly like Will Wheaton, said Samantha. Exactly. That's the man who plays him. Picard dates a junior officer once, and then she loses her job. Oh, I mean, I know it sucks being the captain, because most of the people you meet are your subordinates. It's kind of hard to find someone to date. But still, uncomfy. Mr. Bark, thank you very much for the hydrate. I'm going to take a big ol' sip of my tea. Anyways. Fox says I turned away to get biscuits. I'm sorry. Anyways. Okay. I'm gonna try and pull up the reference photo that I have. That is a photo that I took, last week of some foliage, which, thankfully, I texted to my mom, so I do actually have a version of it saved. So, I think if I mostly use this green, and if I just kind of combine this green with some of the colors that are happening here, I should be able to get a good greenery hue. I do want it to be a little brownish, just because of the overall color scheme. We're leaning a little bit subdued and warm, I think, because of whatever time of day it is in this picture. Picard already has the perfect partner for him. The power dynamics there are very much in the other direction. He doesn't need to date subordinates. Do you mean Q? Because they are in bed together at one point. Anyways. A Brit having tea. Classics, says Mr. Bark. Oh, we do like tea in this stream. We do very much like tea. To be fair, this is cold tea and it's strawberry flavored, but yes. Oh, it's delicious. Oh my goodness, that is very, very good. Okie dokie. So I'm gonna pop okay, I need to, my reference image is already, oh, my phone is down to 17%. Oh no, I'm really playing with fire here, trying to look at this reference, but never mind. Okay. So I can just kind of create just a little thatch of overlapping greenery here. And then another little patch of it over on the other side of the house I think would be really cute as well. Should I do it on either side of the... I could do it on either side of the path, I suppose. There we go. Okay, cool. We've got our little Picard XQ OTP. Aw. I'll be honest, I think possibly it's because of the context in which I watched most of the Star Trek TNG that I watched, but I never really got into like shipping and ships with Star Trek. It's just kind of a show that I sort of just kind of allow to enjoy. But apart from like one, I think I've definitely done Star Trek fan art, but I don't think it was anything. I haven't done anything shippy. I did do as part of a Star Trek did invent shipping. Um, as part of a like holiday gift exchange, I did once do, because I knew this person was a big Star Trek fan, and I knew specifically that they were a big fan of like Spock and like the Spock family, whatever. I decided to do, you know how some people will send holiday cards that they pack up their whole family and put them in like nice outfits, and they go to a photo studio and they get like photos done, and then they put those photos on the front of like greeting cards that they send to everybody. I was like, what if that? So I had like little child Spock and like his little child's like siblings and his parents um on like one of these cards, and it was that photo studio background that was really popular when I was like in, you know, sort of school in like the early 90s, where it was sort of like a mottled blue background, and then they just had like weird sort of like laser lights going through it, right? Um and so everyone, you know, like Spock's mom is looking nice and sort of like pleasant, and everyone else is looking very serious, except for Spock's brother that is in that one movie, um, who I just had like, okay, he had like 13-year-old boy mullet and that sort of like downy mustache that like, you know, that little boys can get at that age. And he's like, yeah, and he's instead of doing like the Vulcan hand salute, he's doing like the rock on hand salute. And everyone else is wearing sensible Vulcan clothes, and he is wearing a gaudy one of those like LED light up holiday jumpers that has a menorah on it, and it says in big letters, "It's lit." Cybolics, that's it. Thank you, Sledge. Anyways, was it a good painting? No, because this was probably 5 or 6 years ago, and my art was not as good as it is now. Was it a funny painting? Yes, it was beautiful. Anyways, so yeah, that was fun. Okay. I'm just gonna try. Oh no. I talked for too long and my brush dried out, so let me try and correct this. Um, get some little red blobbits in here and there. Here we go. But I'm gonna add a second color of flowers as well, because I like having a good time, and I think that would be a good time, frankly. And why not? Hopefully that's an appropriate number of red blobbits. I'm hoping that this is giving across the impression that I would like it to. I think it's working. I don't think one normally refers to flowers as blobbits, but hey. Anyways. I should dig up that artwork, but also I don't want anyone to see that artwork. But on the other hand, hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find that artwork so that you have to look at it. Hang on. Should be fairly easy to find, so just bear with me 1 second. I'm just gonna vamp for a second. What's for dinner, everybody? How's your dinner plans going? I hope that they're good. Also, if I can find this will be a testament to how much better my art is now than it was back then. Oh my god, it really is as terrible as I remember. Oh no. Oh no. I just need you to prepare yourselves, chat. I can't believe I'm sharing this with the internet. Here's my Star Trek fan art. I'm sorry. I should have probably started cooking a while ago, but stream is too delightful. Oh, Samantha, I'm so sorry. If you gotta go cook, please go cook. We're probably not gonna go on that much longer. But here's my terrible artwork. And this is going away forever. Goodbye. Anyways. So that was that. Anywho. I used to really wish I had cool pointy ears. I thought that would look cool. Now I quite like my ears because they are unusually small, and I think that's fun. You should sell prints for Christmas, Samantha. What, of that art specifically? I don't want to. I actually did. Okay, so I had a friend who ran a bookstore and commissioned a whole bunch of art for me for like greetings cards. And then I don't know how much stock he had printed of these, but he had a whole bunch remaining when he like closed the business because he wanted to do other stuff. And he was like, "Do you want these back?" And I'm like, "Sure, but on the other hand, this is all really old art." And I'm like, I can't sell this because it's really old art. And I don't think it's very good, and I don't think people are going to want this. So I've just got two boxes of these old greeting cards with very old art of mine, and I don't know what to do with them. It is a struggle. And before anyone says, "Oh, I'd buy them," just know they are like niche references to like classic Doctor Who characters because that was my friend's bag. But yeah, speaking of Christmas, oh god, one of the things that's really frustrating to me about like the business of art is that if you want to do stuff for Christmas, you have to start planning for that in like August. And as someone who's very interest driven, I am not interested in thinking about Christmas until basically like the end of November and no sooner. And that doesn't work well for if you want to get any business prepared for like Christmas sales. And I would love to be able to sell more seasonal holiday stuff. I mean, I will be doing... So, okay, next shop updates will be in September and November, just so you know. So we'll have our, like, cozy autumnal stuff update, I guess. And then in November we will have our, like, things that I hope people will want to buy for themselves or as gifts for the holidays update. And boy howdy, I hope people like them. I have a friend who's a musician, and he has a lot of really good takes, but every once in a while they will post something to their Instagram stories to the effect of like how the commercialization of art is bad, and if you're worried about like, you know, making money or selling things or doing any like commercial type stuff, that you're doing it wrong. And I'm like, my friend, it's like that, you know, sort of, we should improve society somewhat, and yet you choose to live in it. Oh, how interesting. You know, it's like, mate, I'm sorry, but if I'm going to be able to continue to produce art, I do have to slightly concern myself with being able to, like, you know, pay my bills. Because I can't continue making art if I'm not alive. You know. How are artists supposed to live according to your friends, says Mr. Bark? I don't know. Most of my friends who are also artists are artists who are out there, like, having Patreons and selling things at farmers markets or doing commissions and that kind of thing. Because, like, also art as a thing has value to people, and some people would like to be able to, you know, have some of that stuff. And it definitely doesn't make financial sense to just be like, oh, someone would like this original painting that took me like 36 hours. I'm just going to ship it to them, which I have to pay for. And they can just have it for free. I mean, sometimes you can gift people stuff. I gift people stuff sometimes. But for the, you know, like a lot of the time also, it's really nice when people buy stuff. And I like buying stuff because it allows me to, A, have like prints, stickers, and bookmarks, and little charms and pins and things with artwork what my friends did. And I treasure the things that I have that are art's what my friends have did. I have some really beautiful things because of that, you know? It makes me feel happy. But, and yet I do have, like, this internalized sort of guilt about being like, hey, I have a shop, and telling people I have a shop. It makes me feel bad. Partially because I recognize that, like, a lot of us don't have very much money. Sometimes the art community feels like, you know, a dozen people just handing around the same weathered banknote in a circle. Samantha says, the commercialization of X is bad take that doesn't acknowledge that the solution is dismantling capitalism and not shaming people for trying to make a living is a bad take. I agree. Exactly. It's like when YouTubers have sponsored segments on their videos, I'm like, I recognize that this allows this person to keep the lights on and continue making things that I enjoy for free, so I will support that for them. You know? Am I gonna buy a Birch mattress? No, but I support them being sponsored by it. You know? This stream is not sponsored by Birch Mattress, but I mean, if they want to send me if they want to send me a free mattress, just FYI, my own mattress is like 10 years old now. Could probably do with a new one at some point in the near future. Though that being said, I'm used to the way that my current mattress feels, so any new mattress is going to feel weird and bad to me. Anyways, and now I will never be sponsored by Birch Mattresses. Mr. Barks says, buying commissions is literally the best bang for my buck I ever got. Watching something unique that makes me happy every day is amazing. I wholeheartedly agree. I have commissioned a number of my artist friends in the last couple of years to do various artworks of my... I just really want to see them do this in their art style, so I'm going to pay them directly to do it. And it has been such a good choice. It feels very, very good to do. I mean, I am working on a commission at the moment, which I did show earlier. It is, bear in mind, this is a work in progress, of course, but it looks like this right now. I did send the sketch to the commissioner, and they were really happy with it, so I really hope they like this gradient that I did for the background, because I really enjoy the way that it turned out. The granulation and the color fade, I think, turned out really cool, so I hope they like it. Anyways, I still don't feel like this painting is 100% done, but I feel like it's, like, so close to being done. That I'm gonna add some grassy doots, and then I'm gonna probably go break to have dinner for the day. I might just finish the last couple of finishing touches off stream. And, yeah. Yeah, I think some grassy doots. I'm going to add some more greenery and stuff into this area, but I'll start with just some little grassy doots just to kind of get a fill out the texture just a smidge compared to what it is right now. Also, if anybody's in the Discord and has any really, really solid recommendations for places to go get like a reasonably inexpensive but nice meal in Copenhagen, please let me know, because I've been doing a lot of look arounding and researching, and it's hard work. It is hard work doing all of these researches. And I'm gonna be there for a few days next month, so I'm gonna need to know where to go. Okay, that's some reasonable starter type grass. Obviously this is still not done, but I think I'll probably try and wrap it up off stream, because I have probably about 10-15 minutes of work left to do. And I really want to start the next piece next stream, because I'm very excited for it. We are using another brand new color palette, and we're going to be going to a waterfall. Starter type grass, Bulbasaur. Yes. Yes. What if I just put a Bulbasaur right here in the grass? Would that be weird? I feel like that would be weird. Also, can I draw Bulbasaur from memory? No. Definitely not. Oh, Mr. Brooks, your art makes me feel like when I was in kindergarten. It's really amazing. It's so warm in some way. Oh, thank you. I would love to do children's book illustration, but I'm genuinely concerned that I probably shouldn't do children's book illustration because in my regular normal day-to-day life, I say too many swear words. This stream is not family friendly. So I would worry about trying to do children's book illustrations, and being as, I mean, we don't swear as much as, swear as much as some other folks on stream, but I do say swears. So, anyways, your streamer has certainly off stream. I definitely do. I swear a lot. Just f f f f f f f f f f f f f. Etc. etc. Anyways, don't worry, children say swear words as much as they can at school, says Mr. Mark. I mean, I know it's true because I lived through that when I was at school and I was like, ha ha ha, I learned to swear. Are you implying Sammy is in fact a swear wolf? I mean, to be fair, of the two of us in the relationship, I would say I'm the vampire, and he's the werewolf, but I am also definitely a swear wolf. Anyways, welcome back, Sen. We're just about to finish. I'm sorry. But thank y'all for hanging out. It's been a lot of fun. I think this painting is definitely... I like it a lot better than I did, like, a stream and a half ago, which is fantastic. A swear pyre. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Thank you for the hydrate, Sunshine. I'm going to have a sip of my tea. Thank you, thank you. And then I have to go make salad because it is hot as balls. And therefore, I am not making anything that requires more cooking than a salad does. I will be taking some lettuces out of the fridge and making a vinaigrette, and it's gonna be lovely. So let's find someone cool for y'all to hang out with whilst I am no longer on stream. I'll be back on Thursday, probably starting unless I genuinely can't get the rest of the, sketch together, and I think it'll be fine. I will be doing that waterfall piece, so. Okay, we are going to head in the direction of a very sad little acorn. Because it popped by earlier and I thought it would be nice to say hi. So, assuming that it's working, and let me just confirm that they're not just about to end. They are not just about to end. Fantastic. I think they have actually very recently started, so that'll do. Let me get a generic raid message in the chat. I'm very looking forward to my salad. I was going to do a salad with like a Japanese style miso ginger dressing. Turns out I have neither miso nor ginger at home, so I am making a non-Japanese style dressing instead. There's a raid message in the chat if you want to grab the raid message. Feel free to grab it with the emotes if you have the emotes. If you are subbed, if you are not subbed, feel free to just say generic raid message or sub in any cool emotes you happen to have access to. We are going to be heading in the direction of the lovely Kenzie, aka Sad Little Acorn, who is a very cool, fun person, does really, really, really cute art, is very frog-focused, which you know we love around these parts, so you will have a lovely time hanging out with them as well, if you would like to. Oh no, Sammy's miso dressing got localized! It's okay, I will get miso later this week, and I will be able to have proper miso dressing again. It is so good, by the way, if you've never had it. It is the best salad dressing. I love it with my whole heart. Anyways, you're all breathtaking. I'll be back on Thursday. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Have a wonderful evening, and goodbye, everyone, and good night. And please don't forget to hydrate.